Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Theimpactplay. My name is Muhammad and I'm your host and producer here on the Ones and Twos and your stories for discussing and reviewing the latest tech, gear, and video games. We are a beacon of hope for the marginalized, giving a voice to the voiceless and sharing their stories to the world. السلام عليكم بكم. اسمي محمد وانا مضيف البرنامج ومن ننتجك في الاول والثاني. نحن مصدر الخاص بك المناقشة ومراجعة أحداث ألعاب الفيديو والأدوات والتكنولوجيا. نحن منارة أمال المحمشين ونعطي صوت لما لا صوت لهم ونشارك قصصهم على العالم. You can join us as we record the show live over at twitch.tv/Theimpactplay and be clicking that notification bell so you will be notified when we do go live, or to catch us later on youtube.com/Theimpactplay or favorite podcast platform and simply search for the Theimpactplay. No matter however you consume our content or wherever you consume it, we are there. بقدر تفضلوا معنا وانت بتسوي المسلسل لايف على twitch.tv/Theimpactplay واكبسوا على الجرس بعدين بودي لك رسالة وانا احنا بنسوي لايف، او بقدر تتفرجوا بعدين على youtube.com/Theimpactplay او اي بودكاست بلاتفورم انتوا بتسمعوا فيه، بس دوروا على Theimpactplay. شوف انتوا بتتفرجوا او وين انتوا بتتفرجوا، احنا غاد. Your support keeps the lights running and keeps the content coming. You can learn more by visiting theimpactplay.com/support, where you get access to some exclusive content, including getting the show ad-free, whole-time content for everyone else, and more. We are also epic partners. Every purchase you make with the Epic Store will be directly like Fortnite, Fall Guys, and more. No matter where you play or how you play, even if it's a free-to-play title, when it's accurate, you go to Theimpactplay. We do get a commission and help support the show in a brand new way. This episode of Theimpactplay is also sponsored by Audible. However, we'll tell you about that later. مساعدتكم اخلي ذوق دايما مضويات والكونتنت بتضل تيجي. بقدر تعلموا كمان على theimpactplay.com/support. بعطيكم اكسس خصوصي لكم زي المسلسل بدون ادز، كثير شغلات قبل الجميع، وكمان احنا ابيك بارتنرز مع كل مشترى انتم بتسويه في الابيك جيم ستور، انتم تستعملوا الكريدت كارد عن Theimpactplay، احنا بدونا شويه كوميشن علينا ولا شيء زياده لكم. هذا المسلسل في سبونسرشيب مساعده من Audible، بس احنا بنكون عنها بعدينش. This is our review cast where we are reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So give it a listen and let us know your thoughts. ثواني بس. هذا فرق المراجعة الخاص بنا، حيث نقوم بمراجعة سامسونج جالكسي واتش 6 كلاسيك. استمعوا إليها واخبرنا شو انتم بتفكروا فيها. You can sign up for your free 30-day trial and immediately get access to 1 credit. If you have Amazon Prime, get access to 2 credits. It's good for any premium title. Simply go to audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. Once again, that is audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. Thank you for Audible for sponsoring this episode of Theimpactplay. هذه المسلسل في sponsorship من Audible. بتقدر تسجلوا على 30 يوم لبلاش فري ترايل، بعدين دغري بعد تديكم اكسس كريدت واحده اللي معكم امازون برايم، وتديكم كريدت ثنتين. هذه منيحه لاي بريميوم تايتل، بس روحوا على audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. اخرى مره audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. شكرا ل Audible عشان هذه السبونسرشيب على المسلسل. Alrighty folks, so we are back. رجعنا, and now without further ado, we will start our review, giving us our hot takes, as well as our thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So شكرا لكم. هسه بدنا نبلش الريفيو تاعتنا على Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So, as you guys know, how long have I had this for? Let me see. Let me see, when did we upload our first impressions, as well as our box opening? I'll tell you right now. We uploaded it, wow, August 11th, so I want to say less than 2 months ago. So we have, we've been playing with this back and forth for a little less than 2 months. So my thoughts on the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. The step count was fine. So I guess I'll talk about my experiences first. Of course, I have this linked up with my Samsung Galaxy. What is this? S21 Ultra that I've been using. And of course, I've been seeing images of the Galaxy S24 Ultra that's set to be announced sometime in the beginning of next year. So I will, of course, get that. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So, without further delay, all in all, it's a very well-made device. If you're not used to watches, such as myself, it has some bit of weight to get used to. But I've been using it for 2 months, so I'm used to the weight, so it doesn't bother my wrist now. But when I initially started to use this, that's the issue that I had. So, step count is good, but I guess I'll talk about the pros first and then the cons. The pros, step count is good. It allows you to answer your calls, and of course, I've been using this to take images from my camera as well as start videos and what have you. Let's see what else is good about this watch. It shows you the weather, simple watch faces. What else is positive? Before I get into the negative, I guess that's it. So let's translate this and then we'll get into the negative afterwards. So الشغلات المنيح في الجالكسي واتش 6 كلاسيك زي شو المكالمة ثواني بس في إلها ستوب كاونتر زي بتسجل كل ستيب انت بتسويه وبعدين بتسجل في الواتش. هذه المليحة فيها. انا بقدر استعمل الكاميرا عشان اخذ صور من تلفوني وفيديوهات. بعدين ايش هذه بقدر اشوف التكس. بقدر في بقع لك نوتيفيكيشنز زي الواتساب. بقدر اعملها كونكت مع تلفونك. بعدين ايش المسجات بين هذه الايميلات. شو كمان شغلات الملاح قبل شغلات العاطل. ما اظن هذه هي. بقدر اذا اي واحد بتصل عليك بتقدر يرد من الساعه او مثلا انت بترد على تلفونك بقدر توديه على الساعه او بلوتوث او زي ما بدك. So another positives out of this is say you're answering a call from your watch or from your phone, you can transfer in between. You can also transfer in between if you have a Bluetooth headset connected as well. So that's another good thing. You can use it for checking emails like I do myself. I have the Outlook app, so it gives me calendar notifications as well. That's the default calendar that I use. And then Google Assistant is very good. So I use it for reminders and it reminds me literally on the watch. So آخر شغلة منيحة منها اسمها جوجل ريمايندر. بقدر خلي إشي كل ساعة لجوجل عشان أذكر إشي لأي ساعة أو يوم ثاني بتذكرك على السريع. And then another good thing too is say if you have your phone on Do Not Disturb, you could your watch is set automatically, but you could turn that off as well. So آخر شغلة زي Do Not Disturb هذه المود لتلفونك. إذا التلفونك على Do Not Disturb التلفون لحالها بتغير ل Do Not Disturb كمان. او بقدر تطفيه زي ما بدك. بس هذه لحالها بتسويها. هذه اللي فيها. So now we're gonna get into the negatives. The negative was just the worst thing. I brought this up on my first impressions on the box opening as well, where I did not get a band. This was just a free band that was provided as a promotion, but the band that I chose did not come with it, right? I've been for 2 months back and forth. I was playing cat and mouse with them, like nonstop. The customer service is horrible. They do not want to help you. Most of them, 9 times out of 10, they made up excuses, empty promises. Like, oh no, you're gonna get it, and then of course I didn't get anything. Otherwise, I would have notated that. But nonetheless, I was supposed to get a leather band. I never received it, and I've been playing cat and mouse with Samsung reps for the last month and a half. Literally, their customer service is horrible. They make empty promises. They do not want to help you whatsoever. No matter what your experience is, I've called them so many times on so many occasions. I just got tired of calling, so I got sick of it because that was my experience with them. They're just horrible. They do not want to help you at all. So الشغلة العلاقات الوحيدة رقم 1 الكاستمر سيرفيس تاعتهم خرا اللي حضر الرابس تعرفوا اللي شهر ونص بتاعته وراهم عشان الباند عشان لازم تيجي مع باند انا نكيتها باند مش لذر شو لذر في العربي شت نسيت بس لذر بديش ترجمة عشان انا كل شيء في عقلي بديش انسى شيء. So اللذر بعدين لازم تيجي هذه اجت اللي بلاش هذه كانت بروموشن من عندهم ديل صح؟ So المفروض انا طلبت ساعة ما هذيك اللي بس هذه اللي بلاش ودوا لي اياها هذه من عندهم انا ماليش بس اللي شهر ونص بتاعته وراهم بقول لي ان شاء الله وصل عندك بعدين ايش بعدين احنا بنتصل فيك او اي شغله يعني زي كذبه بس عشان بدهم مش يحكوا معك بدهم شو ما يساعدوك من مره عشان هم خرا كل الكاستمر سيرفيس تاعتهم خرا زباله جد زباله مش نافعين من مره نهائيا. So that's it for my little rant for customer service. But now let's get into the other negatives for this watch. So I've been noticing is let me show you what I mean by that. Like, you know how you could, I've showed this before. Let me turn off blur for a second. Hold on, give me a second. Blur is off. Okay, good. Now we can see it perfectly. So, okay, I think that's good. You could swipe left and switch between the tiles or with the botching on the name of it, but with the band, I guess, with the bezel, you can switch between them, right? And of course, the first one that you switch to is ACI. Look, it's Outlook, so it shows my emails and my calendar, right? That's the first tile. When I'm wearing the watch, when I'm not pressing anything, when I'm not using the screen, obviously, because I'm walking or I'm at work, I'm at my day job, or say I'm just walking around, I noticed by itself, it'll switch the tile to my email. By itself without me touching even anything. So I've done it a couple times where you could there's a waterlock where you could prevent the screen from being used, but then I can't use the screen when I need to, so I barely use that option. And then and I also had the weather as the first time it would and then you know what's like it would even with the email it does this too, like it'll let me show you. Oh, hold on, I locked because I don't have my wrist isn't located. Give me a second. Okay, so, see how I can switch? Hold on, see? Hold on, give me a second. It'll do that and go back to my regular watch face. It'll do that on its own, and I've searched this, and for some reason I cannot prevent this. And another thing too, minor thing, which it's those move notifications where if you're not moving for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, what have you, it'll give you a notification to move up and down. I'm like, see if I'm working on the computer or I'm getting work done. Of course, I'm not going to be. I don't need to be bothered by the notification. You could turn that off, but it's just a hassle. It's just like a nuisance. And then there's one thing that I liked about Apple Watch, where this Galaxy Watch 6 Classic doesn't do, is the breathe notifications, where it gives you a reminder to breathe in and breathe out for a certain time. But this one doesn't do that. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And then what else? Oh, the step count. Say like in the morning, for instance, when I'm getting ready for work, I have my phone on me. I don't sleep with my watch at all, so I don't track my sleep. So I don't know how that option is whatsoever. I don't like sleeping with my watch. I don't want to risk breaking it or anything like that. But nonetheless, the step count. So I don't wear my watch unless I'm actually leaving the house to go to work in the morning, right? So I do have my phone on me. So in the morning, I usually have a couple hundred steps before I leave the house. And then I turn on my watch, I synchronize it, and then there are a lot of times where I have to open up the step count on both my devices, on the watch and the phone, like a couple of times for it to finally synchronize. So it takes forever just to synchronize the steps. And another downside is, say, because I have the LTE model, so not the Bluetooth. So if I'm far away from my phone, it's supposed to kick in automatically to LTE, right? But the reception on this is horrible. I've done this so many times where I left my phone on the charger at work. I leave with my watch because it's supposed to have LTE. The thing about it is where it won't connect by itself for some reason. Like, it'll take forever to connect to LTE if it actually does connect to it, which is, I'm like, why am I paying for this? $10 a month, but $10 is nothing, so it's fine. So I don't see, it doesn't make a difference either way. But nonetheless, it's supposed to be LTE, so I'm like, oh, come on, it's an added feature. It's supposed to be good. But nonetheless, I guess we'll just have to wait until we can see watches with 5G, which is what I've been waiting for. So we'll see what happens with the next generation of watches. But let's see what else. Oh, weather. Say if I need to synchronize the weather, it'll take forever as well. It'll keep loading for a few minutes, and I just get tired of it. Just to load the current weather or update my location or anything like that in regards to the weather. Like, this is like a lot, not a little nuisances, a lot of annoying things with the watch. But all in all, I do give it as a rating on the Theimpactplay scale a 3 out of 5. Because this is not bad, it's decent. And another thing I forgot to note is the camera. Like, how I have the gesture where you close it and open your wrist twice. That's like a beta feature, which rarely works. So I don't care about that. It's the camera itself. Say if you have the camera open, and say you're recording, like me, if I'm recording an event, not even an event, when I'm in the house and I'm trying to get a perfect angle for recording my TikToks from my phone, it'll time out and I have to reopen it. I'm like, why? Or say, for instance, if I was already recording and I open the watch, it'll stop that recording and then start a new one. I'm like, why? Why do I have to stop the recording and have multiple recordings on my device? I need to have one full recording. That's the main purpose why I got this watch. This way I don't have to be constantly on my phone. Like, for instance, when I'm covering events, I don't have to be on it 24/7. I could be on the watch. But then it times out, so what's the point of it? So it'll stop my video, and then I have to pretty much record again. So I'm like, why? Hopefully they fix that issue. Like, that is like a real nuisance with me. But nonetheless, 3 out of 5 rating on a 5-star scale. On a 5-star scale of the on the scale of the Theimpactplay. So now the translation of this. كل الشغلات العاطل قلنا عن الكاستمر سيرفيس زبالة. زين في شغلات كثير مزعج كثير دم زي مثلا هذه الساعة مع LTE سو فيها بث. المفروض فيها بث. سو كل مرة أنا بطلع من الشغل يعني تلفوني عشان واخرين في المحل بقول لا المفروض لازم لحالها عشان البلوتوث مش يعني فيش كونكشن التلفون مش معي لازم لحالة تغيري من البلوتوث ل LTE سو بقدر استعمل الساعة زي تلفوني. يعني في كثير مرات بيشتغلش أكثر من مرات ما بيشتغل. بعدين بتقول لي فيش بث، فيش كونكشن، مش عارف ليش. بعدين ايش كل ستيب انا بتسويه، زي مثلا الصبح انا ما نامش ساعه سوا اذا بتسجل كيف انت بتنام بعرفش. انا بستخدمش هذا الفيتشر. بس الستيب كاونتر اذا مثلا فيها كم من بجوز 500 ستيب انا مسويه، عشان انا دائما تلفوني معي بحب اسجل الستيبس بتاعتي. اذا بزوي ساعه صبح قبل ما اطلع من الدار، يعني تاخذ كثير وقت آه بس عشان يعني اعمل سيكرونايزيشن من تلفوني للساعه. لازم افعل هذه الستيب كاونتر من الساعه ومن التلفون لحاله كم من مره، بس عشان جشبك مع بعض. بعدين التكس يعني بتطول كثير. يعني زي مثلا انا في اتلانتا، بعدين بنروح على نوكروس مثلا. اذا انا في نوكروس بغيرها بتاخذ راحتها، مش عارف ليش. بغير النوتيفيكيشن بدي اشوف التكست الجديده، تاخذ راحتها. بعدين ايش خليني افتح سام وافرجيكم. في كثير مرات بتصير معي هيك، زي انا بحبش الساعه، بسيبش الساعه ولا البزل هذه. اوكي خلينا نروح اوكي على الهوم بيج. اوكي شايف في كثير مرات بسوي هيك وبرجع لحالها، مش عارف ليش، مش عارف كيف اصلحها هذه. بعدين في كثير من مرات بسوي هيك لحالها، فانا لازم شو بسوي هيك، مش عارف ليش. هذه يعني مشكله في الساعه، مش عارف يعني مش عارف ليش. بعدين ايش كنا عن هذا ستيب كاونتر. I think that's it. أعطينا للساعة 3 من 5 نجمات على السكيل اللي امباكت بلاي. سميها ماشي الحال. في كثير شغلات. في واحدة ثانية الكاميرا، زي أنا جبتها الساعة خصوصي للكاميرا، عشان أنا بحب أصور من التلفون وأصور الفيديو من الساعة، عشان نشوف كيف الشاشة من التلفون على الشاشة الساعة. بس المشكلة انت بتطول الكاميرا الاب على الساعة بتسجل من حالها. زي مثلا انا قاعد بسجل فيديو، اذا انا برد افتح الابلكيشن على الكاميرا على الساعة، بوقف الفيديو، بعدين لازم ابلش من فيديو جديد مثلا. هذه كثير انا بحبهاش. انا جبتها عشان الكاميرا، يعني اذا رجعت الاب الكاميرا هي لازم يعني يشبك الكاميرا من تلفوني، مش يعني لازم اوقفها، مش لازم اوقف لحالها، لازم فرجيني. اذا انا قاعد بسجل فيديو من تلفوني، اذا بفتح الاب لازم اظلها مفتوحه، يعني مش لازم اعملها ريستارت الكاميرا. يعني مش عارف ليش، بس يعني هذه اكيد لا لازم تصلحوها عشان هي كثير مزعجه. بعدين كنا راح انتهيها 3 ل 5 نجمات على السكيل على Theimpactplay. واو. So yeah, so I guess that's جلد ال يا جلد. هذه الكلمة اللي بقيت احكي لها. اوكي بس خلصنا من هذه الريفيو كاست، الفول ريفيو كاست للسامسونج جالكسي واتش 6 كلاسيكس. We are done with our full review of our Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic review cast. So thank you guys so much. We should send us the feedback. You go to the amplay.com/feedback. Guys, thank you for making us part of the day. If you want to join the conversation offline, see them go to the amplay.com, click on the Discord server, Discord link. It'll image, I should say. It'll take you to our Discord server where you can join the conversation offline. If you want the latest updates, be sure to click on the WhatsApp the WhatsApp icon. It'll take you to our WhatsApp channel. Give us a follow that way. Guys, we're trying to like subs when you need your help. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. All the links are on our website, Theimpactplay.com. Everything's there. Follow us on social. Leave us a review just rating on your favorite platform. Thank you guys so much for joining in. And this is a time exclusive where our supporters get first hands on this content and so much more. If you guys are interested in becoming a supporter, be sure to go to theimpactplay.com/support. And it'll for how to become a supporter. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. For everyone else, this will be available later on. And have a great one. اللي بدكم ودونا الفيدباك تاعكم بجوز بننزل على المسلسل نفسه. بس روح على theimpactplay.com/feedback. شكرا لكم. عملنا جوين معنا هين على Theimpactplay. اذا بدكم عمل جوين الكونفرسيشن. عمل روح على theimpactplay.com واكتبوا على الايمج الديسكورد بديكم على الديسكورد سيرفر تاعتنا نقدر نحكي مع بعض. بعدين ايش اكبس على الواتساب صورة الواتساب وديكم على الواتساب شانل تاعتنا. هذه الاحسن طريقة عشان تعرف الاسرع طريقة اسرع ابديتس من عندنا. شكرا لكم. احنا عاوزين مساعدتكم عشان نفتح سبسكريبشنز. عملنا فولو على تويتش ولا على اليوتيوب. انا وين ما كان بساعدنا كثير. بعدين بقدر اذا بدكم اعطونا ريفيو او ريتنج على اي بلاتفورم انتم تسمع فينا. شكرا لكم. السلام عليكم. احنا طالعين. We are out. يلا.